Hello and welcome to the full moon in Scorpio. We have the full moon on the 15th, 16th, depending on where you are in the world. I'm going to leave a link below for your information. This full moon is quite intense. It will be very intense. Of course, it's going to affect everyone a bit differently. However, it is a very, very potent full moon. We had the new moon in Taurus at the end of April that started off eclipse season. And eclipse season is when we have a new moon and full moon eclipse together, as they usually come in pairs. And it offers a big time for setting our course for our future in some kind of monumental way, essentially. Also, starting our manifestations, becoming clear with what we want, and observing and reflecting and noticing all of the changes that are starting to develop within ourselves. The eclipse season is very much about surprises and can be unexpected, bring unexpected change. So it is a perfect time to be very agile, be very responsive, and be very flexible with yourself and the energy that's happening around you, especially with Scorpio. So let's go into the Scorpio archetype. So Scorpio is a fixed water sign. It is a very intense archetype. It goes deep in for analysis, for digestion, for introspection, and it is a very intuitive archetype. It is a very intuitive sign. So naturally, when a full moon is in Scorpio, it brings up the depths. It brings up the intensity of the Scorpio archetype, because the full moons are all about releasing. The full moons bring up energy within us naturally so that we can identify and we can go deeper within ourselves so that we can release what no longer is serving. Now, a full moon and Scorpio, hand in hand, very strong energy together to work with for going into the depths, for understanding what we've been suppressing or avoiding, for us to go deeper in and acknowledge some of the things that we might not want to face within ourselves, but we have to face it in order for transformation to happen. We can't avoid things. We have to face these things head on so that we can break free from the stored energy that's been within us for however long it's been part of us. So back to the full moon energy. So as I mentioned, full moons are all about releasing. Because Scorpio does have a very intuitive side to it as well. It's a very spiritual energy. A lot of the water signs are. They have different types of spiritual understandings and gifts. And with the Scorpio, and this being a full moon eclipse, super moon, blood moon, all of the above, it is allowing for us to go into our intuitive gifts. And it very well could uncover some superpower gifts that you have. Maybe it's been dormant. Maybe it hasn't been understood yet. If you've had some things that you feel connected with regarding spirituality, your own intuitiveness, your own healing, your own any kind of these gifts that you might feel drawn towards, or just your intuition in general could start to increase. Definitely pay attention to that. That's going to be a very important part, because on a collective level, this is part of the big upgrade. This is part of the big ascension process. This is a part where we can connect with our gifts, with our intuition, release the fears. Now, the fear is a big part of this, because when we are in fear, we hold on to negativity. We hold on to attachments. We hold on to control. We hold on. The ego wants to hold on. And Scorpio, with the stinger, grasps on and holds on. And the shadow side of Scorpio is it's very difficult sometimes to let things go. So the theme from my side, I'm calling the theme out to be letting go for this one. Now, it's letting go of the mind. So pay attention to any thoughts within the mind, old thoughts, old stories that you might be living in, stories from the past especially. Limiting mindset, negativity, fear, of course, is huge. Are there any emotions surfacing? Do you find yourself cycling through similar thoughts and ways of even approaching situations or reacting to certain situations? Where is your sense of power? Where does your sense of power lie? Do you have too much power over a situation, or do you need to call your power back in some kind of way? Remember, thoughts also create emotions. And if we are living in the past, we get stuck in the loop of that past story, and it becomes cyclical. It also embeds in our body, and it becomes very unhealthy, not only from a subconscious standpoint, but from a body perspective as well. So there's so many reasons why this is important for us to work through from all aspects of life. We need to let go of the past. We need to come to a resolution with things, people, situations, our own beliefs, our own self, and let it go. And be very aware again of any fixations that may exist, any needs and wants and desires. Sometimes we hold on to things so tightly. We want certain things to happen. We need this. We don't forgive this person for hurting us. We live in the past. So these are all things that we naturally experience as humans, but we also are at a time now where it is time to let it go. And it is time to move on. It is time to shed the past so that we can move into a far better future. Now, on a collective level, this is what's happening. If you're doing the work, if you're part of this channel, if you're in the process of transformation or manifestation or healing or anything of that nature, then you're going to experience a profound change through this time, because it is offering us a moment to really push through some of those old paradigms, some of those old belief systems collectively. Challenging the structures that are in power, reevaluating power, reevaluating the hold that power has on us, and coming back into our power and stepping into that. And it is not from the ego, it is from our pure source truth power. And this is where we are going to end up coming out of this full moon in more of our pure self, our authentic self. And when I say authentic self, I mean it is us remembering who we really are, our soul remembering who we are, what is important for us, where our values lie, and letting that be our guide instead of having the world dictate it for us or other people dictate it for us. This is starting to become true and authentic with us, and being confident with who we are, what we need to share, and what we need to do in this lifetime. And it is going to become clearer and clearer as you move through this process. And this is a big part of it. This full moon is huge. So again, all about releasing, addressing things that you might not want to address or you may have been avoiding, but now it's time to let it go. Attachments from the past, reliving the past, any mindset that is holding you back from reaching your full potential, limitations around money, around success, around putting yourself out there, maybe around claiming your confidence, whatever this is time to let it go. Those attachments, those beliefs. And I will leave a link here to my cord cutting meditation, as you can use that meditation at this time, because it's going to be very timely for what this energy is going to be offering us. Also, of course, I am going to be hosting my workshop on the 15th of May on a Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you can join. It's a small group and we're going into the depths. We're going to go deep within to shed the old and step into our power. So it is going to be a very transformative group. I hope you can join us. I do have some Scorpio in my chart, so I can definitely go deep into this, and I don't mind at all. I actually prefer going into the source of where things are coming from within myself, so I can kick out the old, so that I can move away from this and claim the future I want and align with my authentic self. And by doing this work, by going deeper and deeper and deeper within myself and hitting those points that need to be understood, has created incredible transformation for myself. So it is honestly a very important step to our journey and to our transformation and manifestation as well. The Scorpio archetype also has Rise of the Phoenix as part of the archetype. So it is all about death and rebirth, the death and tarot. It is very much about the process of transformation. It is very much of, again, shedding the old so we can be reborn. So we can step out of this pure. We can step out of this lighter. We can step out of this freer of the confines of the past, of our limitations, of the stories of the past. And remember, this is all energy work. So when we hold on to this dense, heavy energy of the past, and a lot of it's subconscious as well, a lot of it's conscious. But the subconscious one, we need to go a little bit deeper within, because we might not necessarily know exactly what it is that is holding us back. But the more work, again, we can do with this, then we can identify it and cut it and let it go, release it, and move on. So when we rise out of this full moon, we're going to be pure. We're going to be in some kind of format reborn. And when we go through the shedding, we come out again lighter. We come out with a stronger knowing of who we are. So I do hope that offers some insight into this beautiful and powerful full moon. Do not fear the shadow. This is where we learn. This is where we grow. This is a very, very important part of our transformation and evolution to a higher state of consciousness. So I'm sending much love. I hope this video finds you when you need it the most. And hopefully I'll see you during the full moon. Otherwise, I'm wishing you all the best during this full moon, and I will be seeing you soon. Take care.